Hi everyone, this is Empress Rowena with Divine Soulful Healing coming to you today with a message regarding the current energies in your twin flame connection. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if this message resonates with you. Another point, I am available for personal readings. All of the information you need is below in the description box. So let's get into it. What are the current energies in the twin flame connection for the divine feminine and divine masculine? So I got the full card. So currently, I'm feeling like either the divine feminine or the divine masculine right now is kind of starting out on a new journey. This could be starting out on a new journey. We'll have to see what other cards come up next to it, but either starting off as a new journey in relation to the separation having just occurred recently, or if the separation has been a long time, perhaps the divine feminine, divine masculine have recently come to a place where they're like, okay, I'm going to start anew. I am going to reinvent myself. I'm going to get back into the hobbies that I used to have before this connection, or hobbies that I've neglected since being in union with my divine masculine or feminine. And I just see either one of the twins just kind of on this new path towards self-discovery, feeling a bit lighter, feeling a bit more free, and just wanting to explore the options and opportunities that are going on. So with the Seven of Cups coming up next to it, I'm definitely feeling like either the divine masculine or the divine feminine at this point has a lot of options that they're looking at. Could be other suitors, could be a variety of things. It could be a new career path that they're looking to get into, romantic offers, just kind of daydreaming about what might come about. But I'm feeling like the twins at this point are kind of feeling, like the world is their oyster in a way, to where they're just excited about exploring other things right now outside of their divine connection. So I'm seeing the sun. So I'm also wondering if either the divine masculine or the divine feminine at this point is feeling excited for whatever reason about this separation that is happening. For those twins that are connecting or have recently just reconnected, I'm feeling like there was a time when the divine masculine maybe walked away from the divine feminine, thinking that there were other options out there or that they could find something different, and maybe there was a recent reconciliation between the divine masculine and divine feminine in the past. um, I feel like there will be some kind of communication coming up between the divine masculine and divine feminine, or that recently, very recently, that there was some type of communication that was reestablished. I feel like one of you might have reached out to the other via text, via messenger, via maybe even a phone call, or just showing up to speak your truth about a recent situation that has happened between you and the divine masculine. This is on behalf of the divine feminine. I feel like there was some recent conversation between the two of you about things and how they had gone in the past. And I feel like one of you is actually in the process right now of asking for this reconciliation to come into play right now with the Judgment card. I feel like the things in the past that have gone wrong are coming out and are eventually going to be corrected. Um, I feel like this divine masculine in this connection was unsure of which way he should go. Should he go towards the divine feminine? Should he go out looking for other options? Like I said, just wanting to look for something else, because they weren't 100% sure of what this connection was. And as a result of whatever this separation was relating to the starting anew that I saw with the Fool card, I feel like the divine masculine over this period of time has definitely done some soul searching in relation to this connection. So if there was a separation, and you're not the group that isn't just recently in union, if there was a separation here, I'm feeling like recently one of you has reached out to the other one, to talk about this reconciliation, or to talk about the possibility of reconnecting together. And that however this conversation goes at this point, The divine masculine is a lot more awakened and a lot more capable and able to have this conversation about how to come back into union within this connection, because this is something that the divine masculine does want. This is something that the divine masculine is open to at this point. And I just feel like because of this time apart that you guys might have had with each other, and because the divine masculine may have actually had the opportunity to look at the other options that were presented to him in the past, he has now realized, if again, if you're the group of twins that are not in union currently at this moment, he has decided through having these other opportunities to look for others, or to experience others, or to even just think about being with someone else other than the divine feminine, that the reality is I want to be with my divine feminine. So I feel like with the divine masculine at this point, any conversation that's initiated, whether it's from the divine feminine or the divine masculine related to this connection, he is now open to and actually ready to have this conversation regarding his awakened, right? Regarding him becoming more awakened. I still feel like, regardless though, even with him becoming more awakened, that it's a possibility that he just isn't in a place where he can talk about, he maybe not talk about, but he just can't figure out how he is going to maybe financially provide for the divine feminine. Or it could be that he is in a in-between spot between maybe some other karmic connection that he was involved in while the divine masculine and divine feminine were separated. I wonder if he is kind of going back and forth between how to move forward within this connection. I believe that there's possibly something, even when the communication takes place between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, even though he knows that he is now in a different place than he was when the divine masculine and divine feminine separated originally. I feel like your divine masculine, although aware of what's going on, although aware of what he did in the past that was not the best way to handle your connection, at the same time, he's not exactly sure where to go from here and what to do at this place, at this point in the connection. So I feel like he could be kind of having conversations with friends and family members that know about your connection. He could be talking to a therapist or something about this connection, and just overall expressing just insecurity and a lack of confidence in how to further bring back this reunion, or how to move forward in the connection with you based on things that have happened in the past. With the High Priestess card, I'm also wondering if there is a little bit of if there's also something hidden that has been going on since you guys have been separated, that the divine masculine has not shared with the divine feminine. It could be because he looks at the divine feminine as someone who just looks at him and just knows everything that's going on. It could be that he feels like the divine feminine is just being very quiet in her approach to the reunion. Maybe she's not reciprocating as much as he'd like for her to right now. But overall, I'm just kind of feeling that the divine masculine is a little bit just confused in his approach to the divine feminine, and just a little blocked in how he comes forward. But I do feel like regardless to his not being sure of how to proceed with his divine feminine at this current time, that the divine masculine will eventually come back passionately, because like I said, he realizes that the divine feminine is the one who genuinely makes him happy and is the one who is genuinely there for him when no one else has been there for him. So regardless to whatever input he receives from his friends, from his family members, from those that he confides in about this connection, I do ultimately believe the divine masculine is coming in strong to profess his feelings. He wants you to know that he's grown. He wants you to know that he's changed, if he hasn't told you these things yet. And I think that when he does come, he will show the passion that the divine feminine is looking for and has been looking for from him in the connection. So I definitely think, looking at the bottom of the deck, the Six of Swords, I definitely do think that the divine feminine and the divine masculine will have some heart-to-heart conversations, clarifying their relationship and how it will change as a result of the divine masculine awakening to the connection and realizing what this connection actually is. So I do see that happening. I want to pull some romance angel cards just to see if my angels have any more messages regarding the current energies today with the divine masculine and divine feminine. The first one I got, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So definitely getting that message of confirmation that the divine masculine is now coming back. He is in the process of kind of balancing out his thoughts, his feelings, how he's going to deal with the situation, how you two are going to move forward together. But it does seem like for the group that I'm talking to, that the divine masculine is definitely currently trying to figure out a way to come back into union with the divine feminine. The second card I'm getting, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So definitely the divine masculine, like I had mentioned before with the spread, he is definitely coming back in a more awakened way with more words of, with his heart chakra has opened up basically, right? So he is, he feels safe, no, in this ability to love and to love in a way that he feels like is also nurturing to his divine feminine. So I definitely feel these heart-to-heart conversations as a result of his heart chakra opening up with excitement, with passion. The last card I pulled is separation. So I'm not seeing this in terms of that you will separate again. Rather, I'm seeing within the current situation, this is kind of just a confirmation for me in regards to all of the things that I've been saying about, you know, the divine masculine kind of going off or the divine feminine going off, and everyone kind of looking at their different options as a result of the separation. And the result of all of that was in this time apart, not only was there a new start in relation to looking at other options, but there was also this kind of awakening that enabled the divine masculine to come forward and to realize what the connection was. So the separation was a catalyst for this awakening and for the two twins to really realize what this relationship was, not just for the divine masculine, but also for the divine feminine. And at the bottom of the deck, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So just a message to the divine feminine that as the divine masculine continues to awaken and begins to make efforts to come back passionately into her life, that this is a message for you that you really do need to be receptive to the divine masculine if this is something that you indeed want, and if union is something that you are actually looking for from your masculine. So I'm just getting really strongly the message to make the effort. It takes two people to tango. So the divine masculine, though, probably did something really stupid or that was really hurtful to you to cause the separation in the first place. This message is regarding, you know, sometimes we have to just suck it up, and if this is really what you want, my advice is to not, I'm not saying that you don't deserve to, in this heart-to-heart conversation that you'll have with the divine masculine, talk about how you were hurt as a result of his actions. But at the same time, if this is something that you do want from the divine masculine, it's just a message that perhaps the way that he comes forth isn't what you want it to be necessarily, or that you think he could give more, might have been, maybe that he should have made more effort in the way that he came forward based on what he did to cause the separation, if that's your situation. But that if this is something that you do ultimately want with your divine masculine, that you also have to put in, right, to get out from it. So those are my messages for today. I hope they were helpful. I'm going to leave it here.